A man convicted of beating a dog with a baseball bat and leaving him for dead in a Vancouver dumpster is facing a new charge of second-degree murder. 28-year-old Brian Whitlock is expected to appear in court this morning. He was arrested early yesterday after an 8-hour standoff with police at a home on West 23rd Avenue near Balaclava Street. A woman's body was found inside that house. Her name has not been released. Whitlock was previously jailed for animal cruelty in 2013. He was sentenced to 60 days behind bars for the death of Captain, the German Shepherd, back in 2012.
It just hangs out at the dog park at off-leash hour when you kill your own dog, and just sit there, watch other people with their dogs. It's just not a good feeling.
A man is facing charges after 2 poppy donation boxes were stolen in North Vancouver. Last week, RCMP asked the public for help in identifying the man believed to be behind the thefts. Officers say several people called in with tips leading to the arrest of a 28-year-old man from North Vancouver on Saturday. The poppy boxes were taken last Tuesday at a drugstore and gas station on Lonsdale.
When he came back to pick up his vehicle, he paid for the gas and cigarettes with small change, which we believe was from the first poppy box that he stole, and then he took the second poppy box at that same time.
The suspect is expected to appear in court next month. Some local legions have run out of poppies ahead of Remembrance Day, and it's too late to order any more. 2.3 million poppies were ordered in BC. Some feel the surge in popularity stems from an increase in support after 2 Canadian soldiers were killed last month. The Royal Canadian Legion is now working with different locations that may have extras to share. Government workers have cleared the National War Memorial of flowers, flags, and stuffed animals in preparation for tomorrow's Remembrance Day ceremony in Ottawa. But the tributes for Corporal Nathan Cirillo just keep coming amid a steady parade of visitors to the site of that fallen soldier. Security measures are expected to be beefed up across the country for Remembrance Day ceremonies. Organizers say the public should expect an additional police presence, including plainclothes officers and other undisclosed security tactics. Services are once again being planned in Vancouver to honor Canada's veterans, fallen heroes, and soldiers currently serving overseas. The Cauldron at Jack Pool Plaza is going to be lit at 8:30 tomorrow morning. That will be followed by the main Remembrance Day ceremony in Victory Square. A full list of events around the province can be found at news1130.com. With just days to go until the civic election, a BC political heavyweight is endorsing Gregor Robertson's re-election bid for mayor of Vancouver. Former BC Premier and Federal Health Minister Ujjal Dosanjh is lending his support to Robertson, turning his back on the NPA, which he used to represent. Dosanjh says he got to know Robertson while they worked together on a number of issues. The former MP for Vancouver South says the NPA is not good for the city.
It's important that we re-elect the progressive slate in the city of Vancouver if we want to maintain the livability and enhance it and make it a better city than it is.
Meanwhile, the NPA held its own event across town. Kirk Lapointe and his fellow council candidates drummed up support in East Vancouver. Lapointe says their open approach respects citizens' input into how the city is run.
We could feel the shift in the mood of the city weeks ago. We became the choice. We gained the city's confidence, and to that stage that today we are within a hair of victory as the finish line approaches.
Election Day is this Saturday. Advanced voting is already underway in communities across the province. An internal Vision Vancouver poll suggests Vision and the NPA are right now neck and neck in the election race, separated by only a few percentage points. A Simon Fraser University study claims Kinder Morgan is overplaying the economic benefits and downplaying the costs of its proposed Trans Mountain pipeline expansion. SFU's Center for Public Policy Research teamed up with a California-based consulting firm to examine the estimated impacts of the project. The authors say the company has exaggerated the short-term jobs associated with building the pipeline. The long-term jobs are also overstated, according to this report. Kinder Morgan has projected 50 direct full-time positions once the pipeline is up and running, with 2,000 resulting from the project's spin-off benefits. The report pegs the spin-off jobs at closer to 800. Well, the daily commute in New York City just got a major improvement this morning. A brand new underground subway terminal is officially opened in Lower Manhattan this morning, connecting the new World Trade Center site with the rest of the region. It comes more than a decade after part of the complex was destroyed during the September 11th terrorist attacks. 9 subway lines that converge on Fulton Street and Broadway have been knit together. The new station is expected to see up to 300,000 passengers every single day and is being called a new and improved Grand Central Station. Sports at 6:06. The Vancouver Canucks have wrapped up their 4-game road trip to the U.S., capping things off a visit to Anaheim and Ryan Kessler's Ducks.
First power play here for the Ducks. And they win the draw. Vatanen scores!
All right, we pick things up. Early in the second period, Ducks power play. Ryan Kessler wins the draw right to Sami Vatanen. His wrister beats Eddie Lack 1-0 Anaheim here. Later on in the frame, Dan Hamhuis throws it on net. Alex Burrows gets a piece to tip it past Frederik Andersen. This game now goes to a shootout tied at 1. Nick Bonino's nifty move beats Frederik Andersen. Came down to the last shooter, Ryan Kessler. He must score. He shot, he scored. As you can see, Canucks win 2-1 in the shootout. Vancouver hosts Ottawa tomorrow night. On to the NFL and the Seattle Seahawks. Marshawn Lynch rushed for a season-high 140 yards and scored 4 touchdowns as the Seahawks beat the New York Giants 38-17. Russell Wilson also ran for more than 100 yards with 1 touchdown. The Seahawks have won 3 in a row and are back on the road with a matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs next Sunday. And fans attending the Seahawks-Giants game on Sunday were also treated to an unusual show in the stands. Tima, the Seahawk, usually does a few laps before returning to her handler, but she decided to take a detour this time. The 9-year-old Hawk can be seen leading the team out of the tunnel every home game.